Oh my god. Like, this is a dramatic way to start. It's angled. Does that bother you guys? Let me fix it. Okay, this is a dramatic way to start, but I just feel like, how could I ever be dissatisfied with my life when there's books? That's just how I'm feeling right now. Like, anytime life isn't lifing, all I need to do is read one of these. I'm upset because this bookmark, the little piece fell off. I have 3 other ones, so I think I'm just gonna switch it out. But anyways, I don't know if this is like a cute thing that I do or not, but I'm loving this book. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I was not even gonna make a video on it, but then I was like, no, I love this too much. And then I was thinking about how I want to make a YouTube video because I love it so much, and then I realized I only have a little bit left. So if you know, you know. We're finishing the book on camera. It is so good. It is so good. There is something, even though these are fictional characters, this is young adult, so they're in high school. This sounds crazy because it's fictional, but I envy teenagers with communication skills, like the communication skills I see in this book. Even though they're not perfect, when the conversations are had, they are so robust. That's the word that came to my head, but I don't even know if that's the right word. Also, I have the physical book. Y'all know when I have the book. I love when I have the book with me. But like, the problem, do we still call it third act breakup if they weren't even together? But like the third act breakup, they're still in it. They haven't like resolved it yet, but they talked and the conversation was so good and so real. Like they both, well, not even both, honestly. The boy still has some accountability to take, in my opinion, but the girl she is self-reflecting like a G. She's getting called out and she acknowledges it, and even if it's when it's something she doesn't want to hear, she's like, you're right. You know what I mean? Well, she doesn't say it, but she knows it. I don't know how to explain it. She does say it, but like, you know when the character's like, I don't want to say it, but it's true, and then like they have a moment with the people where they're both giving each other a look where they know it's true, but like she knows it's true. You know what I mean? And I love that. I love that. Wow. Rachel Garrett. I need to read more of her books because this one ate. And I don't even like YA like that, but this one really ate. And we're going to talk about it after I finish the book. I want to talk about it now if you can't tell, but I love it. Also, what I'm reading, because I need to say it, Promposal by Rachel Garrett. I thought it would be so cheesy and like predictable. I was literally on my Snapchat story telling my friends, oh, I already know what's happening. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. None of the sort happened. Even one of the crazy things that happened in this book, usually I would find annoying. The only reason why I wasn't annoyed is because I literally did not see it coming. When it happened, I was like, who's the main character's enemy? I literally in my head was like, but the main character doesn't have any enemies. Who could have done this? And that honestly might have just been like me so distracted by other stuff that was happening in the book, because I probably could have put it together if I thought about it. I think it like clicked a little bit before it was revealed, but I was genuinely shocked. Anyways, we're gonna finish it. I hope I have enough space because I have another YouTube video that I've been trying so hard to edit. I talked so much, it's so hard to edit, but it's about my new vehicle. But yeah, we're gonna finish this book and then talk about it. Oh, also the last couple chapters, I was literally doing a chapter YouTube video, and it was cool, but then the book was getting too good, so I gotta finish it. I'm on chapter 34. I think there's 2 more chapters. Each chapter has this confetti on it, so you can kind of see the confetti on the spine, not the spine, the pages of the book. So I think there's 2 more chapters. And I'm like, well, there's technically 3 that I have to read. Yeah. Anyways. Every time I do, I think I've only done it twice where I'm like, watch me finish the book. I never think it's gonna happen again, but it just always works out. And what was it? Did I hate the last 2 books? The last one I wasn't a fan, and the one before it I hated it. And now you guys are watching me finish one that I'm loving. Did I do it 3 times? I feel like there might be a book I missed. No. Anyways, let me finish. Usually I'm not too conscious of you guys watching me, but because I ran out of space before, I'm nervous. So hopefully this doesn't cut off. And I'm like, damn, it cut 3 chapters and you started recording? Like, that's kind of a lot. I always feel like I need to read fast when I have the camera on me, but I'm trying not to because I want to enjoy the end. And see, I always stop at reading and talk to you guys. She just got recognized, and this is not even to read the book, but let me just say my thoughts out loud. That's what I try to do when I read this. But I have been not craving recognition. I just want to feel seen as I'm going into my senior year of college. So reading this, it warms my heart to read a character being recognized. And she said she didn't expect it. And you know when you want things, I want to be recognized, but I don't think it will ever happen like that. So reading it fictionally is how I will get it. Oh, and also her ex-boyfriend at one point said she like wasn't special, so this is really like a slap in the face to him. Also, her ex-boyfriend ended up being way trashier than I expected, but He's definitely about to like ask her to prom. It's a day of prom, and he's definitely about to ask her. But the way she has no clue is adorable. But also, every time I think I know what's gonna happen, it doesn't. So, but he is. I teared up, but no tears fell down. So that was so good. That was really good. Well, I just woke up. I'm sorry. They still need to have some conversations. It ended very fast before they could have. Okay, but I'm sure it's great. I'm just in my feels today, so the book really just added to it. There's so much I could say. You know what books always remind me? Books always remind me to be in my feelings about stuff. Like, I need to stop. Books aren't the only thing that remind me, because sometimes I try to tell myself, like, just lean into the feelings, even if it's, like, embarrassing. Oh, there was a YouTube video I watched today by Thoraya, the girl who asks people, like, what's the most hurtful thing? Well, she asked them different things. The video I watched, she was asking people what's the most hurtful thing they've been told, and somebody was talking about a breakup, and she was like, she has to remind herself to feel all the feelings, even though it's been like 2 years and stuff. And I'm like, that's what I need to let myself do, because I let myself do that in the beginning, and then it kind of fades off, and I told my friend this too. I told her, like, after some time, I always think, why am I still talking about this? Why am I not over it yet? But I don't know why I mentally gave myself a deadline, even though closer to that time, I'm like, oh, lean into it, Mickell, feel the feelings. But I guess at some point I was like, okay, you have to be over it by now. But this is random, because, like, how did I read a book and I'm talking about myself? But one thing about me is I really struggle with not getting closure and not having, like, those conversations with people that need to be had. And the crazy thing is, I do it to myself sometimes. And another crazy thing is that I only had those conversations like a handful of time. A majority of the rest of my life, those conversations aren't had. Like my video about all the people I've fallen out with, majority of them, those conversations were not had. But I don't know, would those conversations have done for me what I needed? Would the imaginary deadline have actually applied? I don't know. Anyways, you know, what can I say? If you can't be happy for yourself, be happy for fictional characters. That sounds crazy, but, like, I feel a lot of joy from reading this. I'm so happy for the main characters. Like, I just am. Not to say I can't be happy for myself, but maybe I'm not happy for myself in this moment, but I'm happy for my characters. Anyways, let me talk about this book. Also, these, I don't think I try to be spoiler free. So, yeah. So, the main character, Autumn, I've been saying Mickell in my head, but when I first started reading, I was like, I don't know how to pronounce this. I thought about Googling it, but I didn't. But in my head, I just say Mickell. Like, every time I saw his name, I was like, okay, I'm calling it Mickell, but that might not be how it's pronounced. It's spelled pretty weird. Let me see if I can tell you guys. Mekhi. I think it's Mickell, but I'm not sure. So the book starts on like a sour note for the main character. She gets broken up with the same day her dream school puts her on a wait list. Her ex, Brandon, really like trashes her confidence. I kind of believe that before this book starts, like in this main character's story, her confidence is up there. But like it starts with her confidence being stripped, being put on the wait list, and then what her boyfriend says to her before he breaks up with her. It like, not to say she had no confidence, but her confidence was low from the beginning because of the stuff she endured right at the beginning of this book. So that happens, and one thing is she's hiding from her parents that the school who put her on the wait list is the only school she applied to, which is wild. But that's not something I can relate to because I never really had like a dream school and stuff like that. But maybe for people who did have a dream school, they can relate. But I've never been that type of person. To me, college is college. I'm sorry, but yeah. So her confidence is really stripped, and she's like, I need to get off this wait list. And she talks with her counselor, and they decide she's going to join this kind of like entrepreneurship program. And yeah, and this entrepreneurship program is Mickell. Mickell, she has a history with. They don't fuck with each other. They don't really talk like that. And they don't talk. The history is her freshman year. It's her senior year now. Her freshman year, she had a best friend named Jordan, and there was Mickell. Jordan liked Mickell, and she tried to help them get together. And then one day Mickell ended up kissing her, and that ended her friendship with Jordan. And then Mickell went on and said, oh, I didn't even like you like that, in front of a group of people, which I'm realizing wasn't really resolved, because that was fucked up. But yeah, and she had gotten feelings for him at the time, but once he did that, it was like, boy, fuck you. So they didn't even fuck with each other. So in this entrepreneurship program, she basically decides to start a Promposal company, kind of with the help of Mickell. He kind of helps come up with the idea. And then also she gets Mickell to help him, not really by choice, but like he's kind of the only one in the club who can help her. So they start doing promposals together. Of course, they get closer. They talk to each other about what romance means to each other, because when she's looking at applications for her promposal gig, she's kind of picky and stuff, so he kind of picks her brain about what her opinion is on what is romantic and stuff like that, and what deserves a promposal. And yeah, they just get close. I don't even know how to explain it. It was good. This was good. When I was reading it, I was thinking like, okay, I'll give it a 4 out of 5, like average good romance for me. But by the end of it, I'm like 5 out of 5. It really had me. Also, I read this in like 2 days, so love that. Love it. Yeah, they get closer. I know I'm skipping stuff, but she kisses him again, and he pushes her off of him, and they start to distance each other. And I was talking about conversations, is she goes to him to really talk it out. I will say this talk is sparked because they had such petty arguments. That's so cute. Sorry, this is random, but I took a picture of it. At one point, they're arguing, and he's like, you know how you are, and she's like, what am I like then if you're saying you know how I am? I look so toned, you guys. I don't even go to the gym. That's just all natural. Anyways, she's like, so what am I like? And he's like, it's not worth like the time arguing about it. And she goes, oh, so I'm a waste of time. I just think it's so funny when girls do stuff like that. I've probably done stuff like that too, but like, it's so funny. It's so funny. Because I know guys be feeling like, what the fuck do we do with these women? But like, you just have to be in our minds to get it. Anyways, but that was so cute. What was I talking about? okay, the conversation they have, she's getting her prom dress made by the same girl that is making her ex-best friend's one, and she ends up talking with her ex-best friend. They discuss the whole situation, and basically her ex-best friend had seen her kiss the guy in the back hallway and spread a rumor that they had been hooking up together, because that's kind of what she had perceived. She didn't realize that Mickell had just kissed her for the first time that day, and she had just happened to walk in on it or whatever, so her perception of the whole situation was kind of off. And she also told Mickell that Autumn never liked him, and that's kind of why he went about and said, oh, I don't even like you like that in front of a group of people. He claimed it was because he had thought Autumn was feeling bad for him because she did not actually like him. But, you know, he was wrong because Jordan lied because her feelings were hurt. But this is kind of the end of the book. Like, I'm really just spoiling it, but probably because I just read it, I'm like, but yeah. So because of that conversation, she does talk it out with him and kind of explain stuff to him. But his argument is like, why did the conversation with somebody else have to make this happen? And then at one point, her ex tries to paint Mickell in a bad light too, and that kind of works. And he's like, why did you believe what your ex had to say about me? You know what I mean? He was asking really good thought-provoking questions, and she didn't really have an answer, and she knew he was right. And that's what I found really mature about the conversation, and I loved. Yeah. But they never really talked about that more. But the main character just knew she was wrong, and she accepted the fact that he was right about those things, and it was fair for him to not want to risk his feelings on her when she had been seemingly like not secure for him, if that makes sense. That's not the best way to put it, but why risk yourself for somebody who you feel like never chooses you? And that's why he kind of put off. But in the end, he asked her to prom in the most beautiful way. I'll save that one as not a spoiler, because that is like, it's like one little thing in the book that you kind of don't think much about, and then he turns it into a big thing for the promposal, and I feel like that was so cute. He did it so cute, you guys. He did it so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyways, 5 out of 5. I don't know. There's something about YA where I feel like I could understand why people would read this and not be impressed, because that's kind of how I was. I kind of read YA a little bit jaded because I'm like teenagers, but I wake up, you know what I mean? I try not to let my preconceived notions ruin a book for me, and I don't think I did for this one, because I let it give me the feelings that I love to feel from reading books. This was good. This was good. This was good. This is just good. I want to talk more, but it's like, what else is there to say? If you like Black romances, if you like YA, recommend this. I recommend this hard. Yeah. Feel the feels. Feel the feels. I love it here. Is there much else to say? What I usually say about the books that I read. Usually I complain about the things I didn't like, but like, I just liked this one. The only thing I see how I switched up and I can remember all of my issues. The only thing was that, like, you know, when he was asking why did you believe your ex? Why should I trust you? Was the conversation that needed to be had. And they didn't really have that conversation. I'm sure they will though. You know, that's why those type of things I can't hold against the book, because I'm like, after the promposal, after that stuff, they will have those conversations. And do I need to be present for them? Not necessarily. Would they have been beautiful to read? Yes. But, you know, this is just part of their story. This isn't the whole encompassing story. They could get married and I wouldn't even know. It's a cute cover too. I don't really get it, like the stuff she's sprinkling, but it's cute. else can be said? I don't know. It's good. And like, I'm wearing shorts before I look naked. She like, when I'm reading it, I kind of wonder if she's a good person. It's like, because the book strips her of her confidence early on, as the reader, it's like you're almost not even confident in her either. So as stuff is happening, I think I was reading it like, is this girl even that nice? But other people are kind of validating her feelings throughout the book, but it's like you can't see it because you're reading from her perspective, and her confidence is so low. It's even hard for you as the reader to see her as this kind, smart, special, capable person that she is. So that's why when she got recognized at her school, I'm like, period. Period. Because she wasn't seeing it, I wasn't seeing it, but the world was seeing it. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of myself. That's why when I mentioned that I just want to be recognized, I don't need to be recognized though. I know that there are people who love me, and I know that I know who I am, and I know who I am is good. But I lost my train of thought. Wow. I'm sure what I was about to say was monumental too. 40 minutes? Damn. How am I about to edit this? I didn't know I was taking that long. I thought this was about to be like 20 minutes. Okay, let me try to think what I was gonna say. She got the validation that only some of us get. We don't all get recognized. When I see people give speeches at like graduations and stuff, I always think about how I probably won't get that opportunity. I don't really want to give a speech, but if I were to give a speech, I always would want to give the speech to the unrecognized. And she got recognized, but like, I guess because I feel like one of the unrecognized. This book also shows what being recognized can do for someone, because her confidence was so low. Even my confidence in her was so low. But then to see her be recognized by people on the regular and then by the school, I don't know. It's crazy what some validation can do. I really lost my train of thought, you guys, but shout out to the unrecognized. Even though she was recognized, she literally got like most likely to make someone smile in the yearbook, and then she won a citizenship award. So she was really recognized. But if you're anything like me and you feel like unrecognized, shout out to you. I recognize you. We all do our best. Hopefully we all lead with love. I think I'm done because this is long. Even though it's going to be a lot of sped up reading, but to cut it short. Okay, bye guys.